I think anti-Semitism is this it's such a unique form of hate because one, most people are not familiar with Jews. Most people, so if you're not familiar with them, you haven't spoken to them and talked to them about how they react to this. And two, the way that we get taught world history, at least in America, is that Germany was regular, and then all of a sudden, one day they just started hating Jews, and then they were putting them in concentration camps. We don't get taught what Hitler used and Goebbels used to build up the resentment for the Jews. That's not really spoken about to us. So I think a lot of when the Jews hear these things they run the media, they run the banks, it's red flag. It goes, uh-oh, this is how it starts. It's happening. And then when non-Jews hear it, they go, well, those sound like some pretty cool stereotypes. I mean, imagine someone like a black friend of mine who wears glasses even though he doesn't have a prescription, so people think he's less threatening when he's walking down the street. Imagine his reaction to hearing the stereotype, own the banks, run the media, own sports teams. He's going, give me those stereotypes right now, because he's unfamiliar with what those stereotypes lead to. So there's this huge chasm with understanding the hate of a group of people and how those things, which seem complementary, they seem fucking aspirational. You want to be able to be in power positions, but because we haven't been taught that those are the things that first are said before you dehumanize a group of people and then kill 6 million of them.
Yeah, well, part of the problem with the discourse about the Jewish minority is that Jews are disproportionately successful for all sorts of reasons, and so that fact easily feeds into conspiratorial thinking, right? Partly because minorities are annoying, but they're not nearly as annoying when they're unsuccessful, because at least they can, what would you call, atone for the sin of being a minority by being oppressed and miserable. And so that's, a positive thing. Yeah. But if they're,
you're saying
successful, then they're really annoying. It's because not only are they a minority, but, it's easy to become envious. And then it's also easy to presume that it's some sort of conspiratorial practice on the part of that minority that's giving them an advantage over, you who's striving ahead so nobly.
You're giving a hypothetical to how the majority sees minorities, not how you see minorities.
Yes, I'm glad you picked that up. Yes. Very astute of you. Hopefully the listeners and watchers will have done the same thing.
I can see it clipped. Look, minorities are annoying, but especially the rich ones.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You can be sure the Young Turks are going to clip that out.
But yes. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't know. I just see it. I saw it kind of happening in real time. And
I'm planning to talk really to him soon, I think.
Say again?
I'm planning to talk to Kanye soon, I think.
And what are your thoughts about that? Have you had what is your thinking with that?
Well, I'd like to find out what's going on. I mean, he's a stunningly creative person, and he seems like a bit too much of a treasure just to throw in the dustbin. Obviously he's got his problems like most people do. And the thing about geniuses is they have lots of problems, just like ordinary people, but they're also geniuses.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing to keep in mind.